finish up. We're going to have these really nice peak poses from this month-long series today. If you have a strap and you want to do some of the binds, you should get it now, and 2 blocks and a blanket like last week. And we're going to try some more intermediate poses. And then I did get 6 signups, so we're ready to go anytime. Yeah, people are ready to sign on the dotted line.
Yeah. This week.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start in mermaid position with the knees to the left again.
Okay.
And we're going to go ahead and take that left elbow down on the floor. It's the same movement we've been doing. The right hand's over the top of the left side of the head, maybe touching the left ear. We're going to take right ear to right shoulder and drop the ribs down. And then left ear to left shoulder, press the head and the hand and the hand and the head, and take the ribs up to the ceiling. And then just go side to side. Try to stretch the very top of the neck, where the neck meets the skull when the ear comes up, and try to press towards the floor with the base of the neck when the head comes down. So it's stretching the top of the neck here, and it's using the musculature of the low neck to push down toward the shoulder top. If you can add in, if you can think of it, you can drop the shoulder blade back and down as the head comes up, and you can bring it forward and down as the head comes down. But if you can't remember that, just get into the movement of the rib and the side of the neck. For 3 and 2 and 1. Next time your head is up, just point your nose a little bit more towards the right. Turn it towards the right a little bit, and then keep going with that motion. And then next time your head is up, just turn your nose a little bit to the left and see if you can find that stretch at the top of the neck here. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then turn all the way to the left, and you're going to take both elbows onto the ground and just turn your belly. Find your navel and turn your navel to the left. Take your right ear to your right shoulder and push your ribs out to the left side. Bell your ribs out to the left. And then take your navel to the right and take your left ear to your left shoulder and bell your ribs out to the right. And then just go side to side and see if you could initiate that movement with your belly button. So your belly button is going left and right. The ribs are going the same direction as the navel. The ear's going to the opposite shoulder. And you're trying to drive that movement with the belly. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then just walk your hands back towards yourself and switch your legs. So now we've got the knees pointing to the right. We're going to come down on the right elbow, and the left hand's coming over the right side of the head and maybe touching the right ear tip. And on your inhalation, just reach your left ear towards your left shoulder and let your ribs drop to the floor. If you want to, you can take your shoulder blade back and down. And then as you exhale, drop your right ear to your right shoulder and rainbow your ribs up to the sky. And if you want to, you can bring your right shoulder forward and down. And then just go side to side. And really move your ribs as your neck moves. For 3 and 2 and 1. And the next time your nose is up, just turn your nose to the left a little bit, and then just keep up that movement with your nose to the left a little bit. then next time your ear is up, just turn your nose to the right a little bit and try out that same movement. You're trying to stretch the top of your neck as you take your ear up, and you're trying to reach down with the base of your neck as your head pushes into your hand and your hand pushes into your head. And then let that go and turn to the right. So both your elbows are on the floor. If you can reach, if you can't, you can put your elbows up on your blocks. And just turn your belly to the right, turn your navel to the right, and then press your right ribs out to the right and take your left ear to your left shoulder. And then take the navel to the left, belly your ribs out to the left, and take your right ear to your right shoulder. And then just go side to side, but try to drive that movement with your belly. So your navel is going left and right. Your ribs are belling in the same direction that your navel is going, but your ear is going to the opposite shoulder. So you're not initiating with the head wag. The head is wagging in response to the navel. 3, 2, and 1. And then just walk, 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 come all the way back up to center. And we're going to come into a kneeling posture, and you're going to put that blanket like we've been doing right into the fold of the hips and see if you can elevate your ribs. Don't shear forward. Just see if you can elevate up, 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 up with your rib cage, and then fold forward into a child's pose. Plant your fingers in front of you. Creep them forward and increase your side waist length if you can. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then on your next in-breath, walk your hands over towards the left. Push your left hand into the ground and then creep your right hand further away from you. Bump your right hip to the right. Breathe into your right rib tips. Spread your right rib tips. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then just go ahead and put your right elbow on the ground and take your right side of your face into your hand and get your right ear going towards your right shoulder. Belly your ribs to the left. Reach your belly over towards the left. And then go the other way. Take your left ear to your left shoulder, belly your ribs out to the right, and reach your navel over towards the right. This is just what we were doing on our side. We're going to try to get the navel initiating this move. You're not going to go as far because you're in a very tight spot here, but you're just trying to move your side, initiating from your navel, and your head wag is in response to that. 3, 2, and 1. Now push your left hand firmly into the mat again, and then reach, crawl your right hand further away. It's not about your shoulder top. It's really about your lowest right rib, peeling up away from the right hip crest. And then same thing, just see if you can find a little bit of waggle with your navel side to side while your head's going the other direction. You're not going to go very far. It's okay. Just a very small movement. For 3, 2, and 1. And then just walk back to the center. Elevate your rib cage, forward fold into your child's pose. Take your fingers out in front of you and see if you can notice any more spaciousness on your right side versus your left side. On your next inhalation, walk your hands over towards the right. Press into your right hand and creep your left fingers away from you. It's not about elevating your shoulder top. It's about prying up your lowest left rib away from the left hip crest. Reach your left hip over towards the left and breathe into your left rib tips. Spread your left ribs. For 3, 2, and 1. Then just take your left elbow down, cradle the side of your head in your left hand. Reach your left ear towards your left shoulder. Bell your ribs out to the right side and chase that with your navel. And then go the other way. Take your right ear to your right shoulder. reach your left ribs to the left and chase your ribs over to the left with your belly button. And then just see if you can go side to side and see if you can initiate that movement from the navel. Your navel's going left and right, your rib cage is belling out to the same direction, and your ear is going the opposite shoulder, just like we were doing a moment ago on our elbows. We're in a tight spot here, so we're not going to go as far. And then push your right hand into the mat. Creep your left fingertips away. Keep reaching your left hip towards the front of your mat as you breathe into that left side body. And then just take your navel side to side and see if you can find that head wag in the opposite direction of your navel and your rib cage. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then just release. Come back to the center. Elevate rib cage, forward fold. Get that blankie up into your hip crest and just feel the openness of the side waist. And then when you're ready, go ahead and come to the front of your mat in a forward fold. Just hang and breathe. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then inhale and look halfway up. And exhale and step your right foot back. Take an easy inhale. As you exhale, slightly straighten your front leg, cat arch your back, let your head go. Lift and spread your left toes and fan your left foot side to side. Pull your left hip back and push your left heel into the ground at the same time. So you're lengthening the back line of that leg for 3 and 2 and 1. And then just drop that right knee down and let the left knee come in front of the left ankle as much as it wants to. Swing your whole pelvis forward. And just draw a little sitting bone circle with your left sitting bone. Your right hip's going to move, but it's all being initiated by your left sitting bone. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then go the other direction. For 3 and 2 and 1. Now take your left foot over towards the left a little bit more. Pick up your left big toe mound, inner arch, inner ankle. Reach your left knee out to the side. And if you want to bump your left hip out to the left a little bit as well, go for it. And then drop your left big toe mound back into the floor and find another sitting bone circle. Maybe you've got a little bit more room in the top of your hip. Maybe it doesn't feel good to do that, then just pull your hip in. That's okay. Go the other direction. And now turn your left toes toward the corner of the mat so you've got your heel in. And just take one more sitting bone circle both directions. Oh, and then back up so that your right hip is over your right knee, and you're going to take your left knee out to the side. So if you could see me front ways, I would look like this. My left foot is pointing to the left, and that left thigh bone is in line with the rest of my body. And then I'm going to take my other brick out to the right. I'm going to lean over and take my left hand over to my right ear, and then drop my right ribs down as the left ear comes up to the left shoulder, and then rainbow my ribs up as the right ear touches the right shoulder. So we're just going to take that same movement. Here we are up in a different position. And the next time my left ear is up towards my left shoulder, I'm going to open up my left elbow, reach it back behind me, turn up towards the ceiling, and reach your elbow towards the top of your head, and then straighten your arm out and get as long as you can from your left hip. Elongate left side body, elongate base of skull towards top of head for 3 and 2, and 1, and then just get your navel through your spine a little bit as you come up, and you're going to take your foot forward to a 45-degree angle, and I'm going to take the block behind me so that it's in a straight line with my thigh. Hand comes over, do a little bit of neck sideways tick-tock. And the next time your left ear is up towards your left shoulder, open your elbow, inhale, drop your left shoulder blade to the left pelvic rim, breathe up under your left collarbone, and elongate that elbow, left elbow, away from the top of your head, and then straighten your arm. Really go for as much length as you can in the left side body. 3. Give a big yawn into the left side of your mouth. 2. And 1. And then just get your navel, a little bit of engagement in the central core as you rise up, and then take your left foot straight ahead, but keep your knees pretty far apart. So you've got a little bit of a stable base there. And then you're going to take that block behind you. If it's too tippy for you, you can take it back out to the side. So go where you're comfortable. Left hand over right ear, and take a little tick-tock action with your neck and your side waist. And next time your left ear is up at your left shoulder, inhale, reach your elbow back, turn your heart up to the ceiling. Elongate left side body, reach your left elbow tip towards the same direction that your top of head is pointing. Get as long as you can. Breathe under your left collarbone and straighten out your left arm. 3, 2. Well, now come up on your left ball of foot and lift the left heel off the floor. 3, 2, and 1. And then release. Use your belly a little bit of engagement in your belly as you come up. And then exhale, cat arching one more time. Lift and spread your left toes. Fan that foot side to side. And then just take the right knee down, and we're coming same side. Left sacrum comes back, left sitting bone drops down. I should feel my right glute on and my right hammy on. And then I'm going to take my right palm forward, lift, 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 lift. And then right hand catches outside of left thigh. Left arm goes back behind. Step your shoulder blade back on the left side. Reach the hand a little further back and dive it into the right sideways. And then turn your belly to the left for 3, and 2, and 1. Right hand to back of head. Reach the elbow around to the left. Let the shoulder blade chase it around to the side. And then just drop down so that's outside your left thigh. And turn your belly. You can take your hands to namaste if you want to. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then let that go and swing your belly side to side so that your arms move. 3, 2, and 1. And then take your hands onto your block, step your left foot back. Here you are in your dandasana. Hip crest come forward, heels go back, quads are tight, knees squeeze. Press up your dolphin fin in between the shoulder blades, reach the base of the skull up to the ceiling. 3, 2, and 1. Now firm your right ball of foot into the floor and just float your leg up and turn your foot. Your toes point to the left and then to the right. You're just turning that left leg. You should feel your glute on. You should feel your hammy on. For 3, 2, and 1. And then firm your left foot into the ground and float your right leg up. And then turn your right toes to the right and your right toes to the left. So you've got your glute and your hammy on, but you're turning your foot side to side. 3. This is too much. Put your other knee down. 2, And one, and then step that right foot forward in between the hands. Exhale, cat arching, lift and spread your right toes, fan your right foot side to side. Pull your right hip back and push the right heel into the ground. Elongate the back of that leg a little bit. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then drop your left knee down. Let your right knee come in front of your right ankle and just swing the pelvis forward and make a little sitting bone circle with your right sitting bone. And whenever you feel ready, go the other direction. And then just creep your right foot out to the right a little bit more. Lift up your right big toe, your inner ankle, your inner arch. Bump your right knee and hip over to the right if you want to. Drop your right foot down and then find that little sitting bone circle again. If that doesn't feel good to have that much room in your hip, you can pull that hip back in a little bit. And then go the other direction. And then just turn your right toes towards the right corner of your mat and sitting bone circle in both directions at this different angle. For 3, 2, and 1. And then back up so your left thigh, left hip is right over your left knee. Take the right edge of your sacrum back and down so that your left glute and your left hammy turn on. And then go ahead and, I know I didn't do this at the beginning of the other side, but I meant to swing your arms. So you want to use your navel, get your arms swinging. I meant to do it at the front of that. I did it at the end instead. For 3, and 2, and 1. Great. Okay, now we're going to take the right foot out to the right, left block, left hand on left block, right hand comes up and over to the top of the left ear, and then just draw your right ear up to your right shoulder, sink your ribs down, and then go left ear to left shoulder, rainbow your ribs up to the ceiling, and go side to side, and just get into this same movement we were doing in the seated position. 3, 2, and 1. Next time your ear is up to your shoulder, inhale, open your wing, get your right elbow back behind you, and turn up towards the ceiling. Take your right shoulder blade towards the right pelvic rim and breathe up under your right collarbone. Notice which side is harder. Right pec minor is often a lot tighter than the left one. 3, 2, 1. Now reach your elbow towards the top of your head and straighten your arm out. Elongate that right side body. 3, 2, and 1. And then as you release, use your core a little bit. Come up and take your foot at a 45-degree angle. Walk your other block behind you so that it's kind of in a straight line with your thigh. And then take that right hand up and over. Take that little tick-tock movement in the side waist and the neck. 3, 2, and 1. Next time your right ear's up at your right shoulder, inhale, open up your right wing. Take your right shoulder blade towards your right pelvic rim and breathe up under your right collarbone. Reach your elbow towards the top of the mat, straighten your arm out. Elongate, yawn into the right side of your mouth. And then turn your core on a little bit and come up. And then we're just going to take that foot forward, but keep your knees pretty wide apart to give yourself more stability. And then you're going to take that block behind you. Or if that feels too tippy, take it back out to the side. That's okay. Right hand comes up and over, and then just wag your tail, get your head, your ear going the opposite direction from your ribs. 3, 2, and 1. Next time your ear is up, Inhale, open that wing out, turn your heart up towards the ceiling. Right shoulder blade reaches for right hip crest, pelvic rim at the back, and breathe up under your right collarbone. Then reach your elbow tip towards the same direction as the top of your head and straighten your arm out and elongate that side body. And then let that go. Use your core a little bit as you unwind. Tuck your left toes under. Exhale, cat arching. Lift and spread your left toes. Fan your foot side to side. For 3. And 2. And 1. Left knee comes down, same side. And take your right edge of sacrum back and drop your right sitting bone down. Try to feel your left glute, your left hammy coming on. Then the left palm comes forward and up. Pick up your lowest left rib. Exhale, left hand outside right thigh. Step your right shoulder blade back. Take your right hand really far back and then dive it in left sideways. Turn your navel to the right. For 3. And 2. And 1. Now, left hand behind head. Wrap that elbow towards the right. Let your shoulder blade follow it as it reaches around, and then just drop the entire elbow outside the right thigh. Turn your navel to the right. And then if you'd like to, you can take your hands to Namaste. For 3. And 2. And 1. And then go ahead and unwind and take your right foot back. Reach your hip crest forward and your heels back. Lift up between the shoulder blades. Let the base of the skull rise up toward the ceiling. And then just stabilize into your left foot first. Pick up your right leg behind you and turn your toes left and right. If this is too much for you, go ahead and put your left knee down on the floor. It's okay. 3. So that would look like this. You're just doing it with your left knee down. Or you can stay up. All right, now put your right foot down, stabilize into that ball of foot, and then just turn your left toes to left and right. 3. Your hammy's on, your left glute is on, and you're turning. 2. And 1, and then step that left foot forward and take the right knee down. You're going to pick up your left foot and just set the heel down. And as if you had that blanket that we started the practice with, pick up your ribs and fold over your imaginary blanket. Push your left big toe mound forward. Reach your sternum forward, forward, forward. Fan your left foot side to side. For 3. And 2. And 1. And then just walk your blocks over towards the right. Firm into that right block and walk your left block a little further. Creep the left fingertips forward as you press the left hip directly over towards the left side of your mat. Breathe into the bottom tip of your left shoulder blade and your left ribs. 3. 2. And 1. And then unfurl left hand up to sky. Spread across the collarbones and drop your right ear down to your right shoulder. Really try to make this space right at the top of the neck where the left base of skull, occipital protrusion there, meets the top of your neck spine, your cervical spine. Just elongate there for 3. And 2. And 1. And then step your left shoulder blade back. Take your left hand back further and dive that into your right sideways. And then pick up that left shoulder top, draw it forward and down. So you're drawing a clockwise circle on the ceiling with your left deltoid. 3, 2, and 1. And then release. Walk your left block underneath your right arm, turn the palm over, creep your fingers back and let your left shoulder blade reach towards the front edge of your mat. Turn your belly to the right for 3, and 2, and 1. And then release. Come back around. You're going to swing your right leg shank in. So your right knee is just a little bit outside of your right hip and your left foot is parallel to the front edge of the mat. Shoot your brick up and take your whole rib cage up away from your rib cage. You don't want to shear it forward. You're trying to keep it in one plane, but you're trying to elevate that rib cage up. And then take the block behind your head, press the base of the skull into that block. Squeeze imaginary block between your thighs, hips, ribs. Take an easy inhale, and as you exhale, left elbow comes down, right elbow floats up. Inhale, pull that right elbow back. Breathe into your low right ribs. Ventilate, read those rib tips. 3, 2, 1. Inhale your way up. Exhale down. Inhale, that left elbow opens up. Breathe into your low left ribs. 3, 1. Inhale your way up. Exhale down. Inhale the right elbow back. Breathe into your upper right ribs. 3, 2, 1. Inhale your way up. Exhaling down. Breathe into your upper left ribs. Take your left elbow back. 3, 2, 1. Inhale your way up. Exhale down. And this time, turn your right elbow towards the floor. Let your right shoulder blade chase after it. Excuse me. Breathe into the bottom tip of your right shoulder blade for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, open your right wing. Keep pressing block into head into block as you look up. Drop your right shoulder blade towards the pelvic rim at the back and breathe up under your right collarbone for 3, 2, and 1. And then go ahead and release that block. Turn your right toes under. Straighten your right leg out so you're in a wide-legged straddle, and then just forward fold with your head on a block or on the floor, breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Take an easy inhale. As you exhale, don't let your knees come forward, but sit your glutes way back behind you. Come up on fingertips, or feel free to have your block underneath your hands, wherever you'd like to go. Take an easy inhale. As you exhale, push your right heel away from you. Straighten your right leg strongly and press out with your left knee. Like I have a block outside your leg that you're trying to press against as you wax your left foot off into the floor. 3, 2, 1. On your next inhale, push your left heel away from you. Reach your right knee out to that imaginary block. Wax off your right foot. Get your right glute working. 3, 2, 1. And then just go side to side. Go slowly. More of a muscular action, not a very stretchy action. For 3, 1, 2, and 1. And then just walk your blocks around to the front of the mat. Step your left foot back to meet the right. And then take your feet really close together. Hip crest come forward, heels go back. Lift up your dolphin fin. Raise the base of the skull into a block that you're pinning up to the ceiling. And then this time, both edges of the foot are going over towards the right and the left, but we're not picking up either foot. We're just twisting. 3. Try to keep your plank, so don't let your hips sag down. 2, and 1. And then you're going to step your right foot forward. Let your left knee come down and just pick up your right foot. Set the heel down. Imaginary blanket, pick up your ribs and forward fold. Push your right big toe mound forward. Waggle your right foot side to side. For 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to walk blocks over towards the left. Press into your left block and walk your right block a little further It's not about your shoulder top. It's about prying up the lowest right rib away from the hip crest and reach your hips over towards the right edge of your mat. Breathe. At the bottom tip of your right shoulder blade and into your right ribs. 3, 2, 1. Firm your left hand into the block, sky your right hand up, go as wide as you can across the collarbones, and then let the left ear drape down near the left shoulder and try to get a lot of space between the right base of skull and the top of the neck spine on the right side. 3, 2, 1. Step your right shoulder blade back, take your right hand farther behind you, drop that right hand into your left side waist, and then just pick up your shoulder top and drop it back and down behind you. And you're drawing a clockwise circle again on the ceiling. Shoulder's going the other direction than the left one was. 3, 2, and 1. And then release that hand and walk your right block underneath your left arm. Flip your right palm, creep the fingers back. Draw the right shoulder blade towards the front mat. Turn your navel to the left. 3, 1. And then release. And you're going to swing your left leg shank behind you and come up. But I'm going to turn completely around instead. And your left knee's just outside of your left hip, and your right foot is parallel to the edge of the mat. And then just press the base of the skull into, shoot up first. Get as tall as you can in your sideways. Then press, take an easy inhale. As you exhale, right elbow comes down, left elbow comes back. Breathe into left ribs. 3, 2, 1. Inhale your way up. Exhale your way down. Don't forget to squeeze your imaginary block at thighs, hips, ribs. Inhale that right elbow back. Breathe into right low ribs. 3, 2, 1. Inhale your way up. Exhale down. Inhale that left elbow back. Breathe into upper left ribs. 3, 2, 1. Inhale your way up. Exhale your way down. Take that right elbow behind you. Breathe into upper right ribs. 3, 2, 1. Inhale your way up. Exhale down. This time, turn your left elbow down. Let your left shoulder blade chase it around the side and breathe into the bottom tip of that left shoulder blade for 3, 2, 1. Keep pressing block into head into block as you inhale. Open your wing, look up, drop your left shoulder blade down towards the left pelvic rim. Breathe under your left collarbone for 3, and 2, and 1. And then release. Walk your blocks around to the front of your mat and come back to your dandasana for 3, and 2, and 1. And then step your left foot forward. Find that parallel or pigeon-toed feet and forward fold. You can put your head on a block if you want to. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, look halfway up and walk your hands over towards the left foot. You're going to push down with your left hand into your left foot or into a block, wherever you feel comfortable. And you're going to creep your right hand a little further away, just like we did at the beginning of class. It's not about your shoulder top. It's about trying to pry your lowest right rib away from the right hip crest. Contract left side waist for 3, and 2, and 1. And then turn your navel to the left. Left ear is reaching for left shoulder. Ribs are belling out to the right. Navel's turning to the left for 3, and 2, and 1. And then release. Come back to the center. Forward fold. Just notice the openness of the side bodies. On your next inhale, come halfway up, walk your hands over towards the right, push your right hand into your foot or into a block, creep the left hand further. It's not about the shoulder top, it's about the left lowest rib prying up from that hip crest. Ribs are belling out to the left, right side waist is contracting. 3, 2, 1. Now turn your navel to the right. Turn, turn, turn. 3. And 1. And then release. Walk your hands around to the front of the mat. And then take your left foot onto a block. So the whole ball of the foot should be up and over the edge of the block. And then inhale, roll through the right big toe mound, come up onto the ball of the foot, arch the foot, and then exhale, come down into the middle of the heel strike. And then inhale, roll your way up through the right big toe mound, arch your foot, and exhale down into the middle of the heel strike. Inhale your way up and exhale your way down. And this time, just pick up your right pinky toe a little bit off the mat if you can, and inhale your way up and arch your foot, and exhale your way down and set the middle of the heel straight down. Inhale, rise up. You're trying to float your right pinky toe as you arch your foot, and exhale your way down. One more of those. Inhale, lift up the foot, and exhale, come down. And then just stay there or step your right foot forward a little bit or a lot. Inhale, lift your tail, reach your sternum forward. Think about that blanket in the fold of your hips and see if you can get your rib cage coming up and over a little bit more. And then drop the outer left heel into the mat. Shift your hips over to the left. Feel the lateral edge of your leg stretching. For 3, and 2, and 1. Inhale, center, and exhale, drop the inner left heel into the mat. Hips will go over to the right. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then you're just going to go side to side with the pelvis. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then take all the weight in your right foot, turn your block, and get your left heel on the block so that your toes are parallel, and walk your other block over towards the right. Press your right hand firmly into it and walk your left hand further than your right hand. Straighten left leg any amount. Press hips to left. Feel the openness of that side body. What have you gained in the last month of spreading the rib tips apart? For 3, and 2, and 1. Bend your left knee. Walk the block back to center. Take your fingertips on it. Left forearm to left thigh. Step your right foot back. Inhale, swing forward, dog tilt. Drop your shoulder blades down. Lift the base of the skull. Exhale, cat arching. Inhale, dog tilt. Exhale, cat arch. Inhale, dog tilt. Exhale, cat arch. Drop your right knee down. Take that left edge of sacrum back and sink it down. Be wide between your left foot and your right knee, so you're more on train tracks here. And then take your navel side to side and swing your arms. For 3, and 2, and 1. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and take the right hand forward and lift that palm up. Take your lowest right rib up, 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 up. Right hand outside left thigh. Left hand unfurls behind you. Step the shoulder blade back. Reach that left hand back and dive it into your right side waist. Turn your belly to the left. For 3, and 2, and 1. And release. We're going to twist again. If you have been trying the bind, you can get your strap out. Take the buckle over your left shoulder. Take the strap underneath the outside of your leg to the inside of your leg. And then, wait, sorry. Is that right? Sorry, yeah, the outside of your leg to the inside of your leg, and take it out around the right side of your belly and then wrap it around so it comes on top of your thigh. Okay, now we're going to take that again. Right palm comes forward and up. Pick up your lowest right rib. And then this time we're going to take the hand behind the head, turn that elbow over towards the left, let your shoulder blade follow it, and we're going to drop down so that's outside your thigh. And then unfurl your left arm to sky, take your left shoulder blade, step it back, reach your left hand back behind it and dive it into your right side waist. If you're going after that strap, you should feel a loop of strap there. And then turn your navel to the left. And if you want to, you can hold on to the strap with your right hand near where it comes down there. And then just go ahead and turn your belly. If you're not doing the strap work, you can just take your hands to namaste. 3, 2, and 1. And then release. If you've got the strap on, just let it go. Sink your left sacral edge back and down a little bit. Turn your navel and swing your arms. 3, 2, and 1. Now, you're going to walk this right block back behind you again so it's in that straight line. If that's too much, you can take the block out to the side, no worries. Reach your left hand up and over. Find that little tick-tock with your left ear to your left shoulder, your right ribs drop down, right ear to right shoulder, left ribs rainbow up to sky, and just go back and forth a few times. 3, 2, and 1. Next time your left ear is up, your ribs are down, open your wing, turn your heart up to the ceiling, reach your left elbow towards the direction that the top of your head is pointing, and then shoot your left hand out so your left arm is alongside your ear. Breathe long, long, long on the left side of your body. Yawn into the back edge of your mouth on the left side. 3, 2, and 1. Now, go ahead and lift up your left toe, left heel if you want to. You're on the ball of your foot. Priti padasana shiti. If you feel comfortable there, you could also take your left knee into your chest and just look up. Right glute is working. Right hammy is working. Right quad is working. 3, 2, and 1. And then just use your core as you unwind out of that. Take your left hand inside of your left arch. Take your right block down a notch. Curl your right toes under. Lift into your low lunge here. As you sink your left sitting bone down, squeeze an imaginary block, thighs, hips, ribs. Lift up the dolphin fin in the base of the skull. Soften the sides of the neck. For 3, 2, and 1. And then release, come onto all fours, dog, cat. Kelly, do you have a question? Do you have a question? Okay. 3, 2, and 1. And then go ahead and take your blocks to the highest level and walk your feet up to your hands and take the backs of your hands onto your blocks. Spread your fingers, spread your thumb and your pinky, and then just draw in and spread out a couple times for 3, and 2, and 1. And then turn your palms over so that the fingers are facing you. Lift up just the palms, not the fingers, and reach the thumbs out to the side. paddle your elbows. And then peel up. Very slowly, the fingers. And shake the hands. And then inhale, look halfway up, and exhale, step your left foot back, and this time get the block underneath your right foot so the whole ball of the foot is up and over the edge of the block. Inhale, roll through the left big toe mound, lift the heel, arch the foot. Exhale down into the middle of the heel strike. Inhale up, arch the foot. Exhale down. Inhale up, arch the foot. Exhale down. This time, lift up your left pinky toe a little bit. Inhale, roll up, arch the foot. Exhale, middle of the heel strike. Inhale, roll up. You're trying to pick up your pinky toe as you arch the foot at the top. And exhale, drop down to the middle of the heel strike. Inhale, lift up the left pinky toe, arch the foot. Exhale, drop down. And then stay there or step your left foot forward a little bit or a lot. Lift your tail, reach your sternum forward, 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 and then exhale, drop the right edge of your heel, outer edge of your right heel down into the mat. Let your hips shift over towards the right for 3 and 2 and 1. Inhale, center, and exhale, drop your inner right heel into the mat. Let your hips shift over towards the left for 3 and 2 and 1. And then take all the weight in your left foot, turn your block, get your right heel on the block so your toes are parallel, and walk your block over towards the left. Firm your hand into the left hand into it, and then walk your right hand a little further away. Straighten right knee any amount, press hips over to right. Breathe into right side body and bottom tip of right shoulder blade. Just notice what kind of room you've been creating in your side body. 3. 1, rebend your right knee, take your block back, put your left fingertips on it, right forearm to right thigh, step your left heel back, inhale, dog tilt, exhale, cat arch, 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 and then just take your left knee down. Draw the right edge of your sacrum back and drop it down. Your knees are pretty far apart, so it's like you're on railroad tracks. And then swing your navel to left and right and get your arms moving as a result of your belly movement. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then take your left palm forward and up. Lift your lowest left rib. And exhale, left hand outside right thigh, right shoulder blade steps back, right hand reaches back behind you and dives into left sideways. Turn your navel to the right for 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, we're going to take that twist again. If you're doing the strap, you can drape the buckle over your right shoulder. Take the strap outside of your leg, underneath your thigh, wrap it around your left side waist, and then bring it around so it drapes over your right thigh. Turn your left palm forward. Sorry, make sure your right sitting bone is still down. Turn your right palm forward, lift, 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 pick up that lowest left rib, left hand to back of skull, and then reach that elbow over towards the right. Let the shoulder blade chase after it, and then just drop that whole thing outside your right thigh. Turn your belly to the right. Turn, 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 turn. And then if you want to, stretch your hand up, step back your right shoulder blade, reach your hand back and dive it in and see if you can hold on to that strap somewhere. And then your left hand can take hold of the other end and you can walk your hands towards each other on that strap. If you're not working the strap, you can take your hands to namaste and then turn your belly to the right. 3, 2, and 1. And then release. If you've got the strap on, just release it off. Take your right sacrum back and down and swing your arms. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to take the left block back behind us so that it's in a line with the front thigh. If that's too far back, just take it out to the side. That's fine. Right hand comes up and over and touches left ear tip. And then just make that little side waggle. Your ear is going to the opposite shoulder that your rib is reaching for. 3, 2, and 1. Next time your right ear is up against your right shoulder, inhale, open your wing, drop your shoulder blades towards the pelvic rim, reach your right elbow towards the same direction as the top of your head, stretch out your arm. Go as long as you can in the right side body. 3, 2, 1. Then support your head. If you want to pick up your heel, you can. If you feel pretty comfy there, you could pick up your knee and hold it with your hand. Priti, padasana, shiti. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then just use your core as you unwind. Come out of there. Take your right hand and tuck it into your right arch. Left block comes down and then curl your left toes under. Lift your left knee, sink your hips. Squeeze imaginary block, thighs, hips, ribs. Base of skull draws up towards ceiling. Right sitting bone is sinking down, neck is softening. 3, 2, and 1. And then take your left knee down, take your right knee back and take some dog tap. 3, and 2, and 1. And then go ahead and walk your hands around to the right side of the mat. Take your strap with you and come up into that straddling forward fold. Rest your head on a block or on the ground for a moment. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then just micro bend your knees, roll up 1 vertebra at a time. You're going to turn your right foot out and your left foot in, and you've got your strap with you. If you want it, you don't have to work the bind if you don't feel like it. All right. So we're going to take the buckle. Let's see. I did it earlier. So I guess you have to take it on the right leg, on the right shoulder, and then draw it under that thigh. Take that around your left side waist and drop it over your right thigh. All right. So here we go. Take your left hand over to your right ear. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Belly your ribs out to the right. And then just go a little bit the other direction. Right ear, right shoulder. Ribs go left. You can bend your knee and straighten your knee. 2, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so now you've got your left ear to your left shoulder, your ribs are bellying out to the right, and then just bump your left hip left and come on over. Your right hand is coming down to your shin or to a block, wherever you'd like to go with that. See if we can keep this strap on. All right, then shoot your left hand up, Step your left shoulder blade back, reach your left hand back and dive it around and see if you can find that strap that's coming around your backside. And then stay there, or if you'd like to, squeeze an imaginary block between your thighs. Take your right hand behind your head, wrap your elbow forward, let your shoulder blade follow it, and drop that inside your thigh. If you want to work the strap, fold that hand down and you should be able to get the other end of that strap. Otherwise, just keep your hands in a regular triangle. That's totally fine. And then turn your navel up toward the ceiling. For 3. And 2. And 1. And then release that right hand back down to a block. Unstrap yourself. And here we go, Ardha Chandrasana. So roll through the right big toe mound. Your weight is in the middle of your heel strike. Take your block forward and elevate left leg. Think about that work that we were doing a moment ago, where your left ear is coming up towards your left shoulder. Your ribs are draping down to the ceiling, and you're turning your navel to the left. 3. 2. And 1. And then just very quietly, like you're trying to make no noise in a pile of leaves as you step down. Take your left foot down, come back to the center and forward fold, head on a block or on the floor and breathe. For 3. And 2. And 1. And then we'll roll up and we'll try that again. So earlier when I practiced it, it seemed like the strap didn't get so tangled up, but we can just do our best. So you've got the left strap over the left shoulder. You're taking it outside the left thigh. Wrap it around the side waist and then bring it back over that left thigh. Turn your left toes out, your right toes in. Okay. Left hand comes up and over, touches left ear tip, right ear to right shoulder, ribs go left. And then just bend the knee and go the opposite way a couple times. A little bit of wag. Next time your right ear is up against your right shoulder, ribs are going left, straighten left leg, bump your right hip to the right, and reach out, elongating left side waist. You could take your hand down to that shin or to the block. And then unfurl your right arm, take your right shoulder blade back behind you, right hand reaches back and then dive it into left side waist. You should be able to get a hold of that strap and stay there. Or if you'd like to, stabilize the legs by squeezing thighs together and then take your left hand behind the head, reach your elbow over towards the right side of your mat, let the shoulder blade follow and tuck that inside your thigh. And then you just let that left hand loose and it's going to find that strap and it will find the other side of that strap and you could pull there or just leave your hands where they were. Turn your navel to the right. 3. 2. And 1. And then release. Take your left hand back down. Unfurl your strap. You're going to roll through that left big toe mound. Take your block forward. Lift your right leg up. Ardha Chandra. And that same work we were doing before. Just reach your right ear towards your right shoulder. Sink your left ribs down. Turn your navel up toward the ceiling. Unfurl the arm. For 3. And 2. And 1. And then release and take your right foot down very quietly, like you're stepping into a pile of leaves. You want to make no noise and let your right knee come down on the ground. Separate your knees, get your knees as wide apart as you can. So my right knee's almost on the right edge of my mat. My left foot is on the left edge of my mat. And I'm going to put that block back under my left foot. I could even try a little higher up and see if I feel okay there. And then you're going to try to take that right block back behind you or out to the side, wherever you feel comfy. Left hand over left ear. Right ear to right shoulder, ribs rainbow up. Left ear to left shoulder, right ribs come down. And just go side to side a few times. And then the next time your ear is up, turn your heart up to the sky. Reach your left elbow backward. Elongate left elbow towards top of head. Shoot your arm out. Go as long as you can on your left side body. For 3. And 1. And then support your head and lift your left heel up, just so you can feel that. If you feel like going farther, you can hold on to your knee. If you feel like going farther, you could catch your toe and extend your leg up, priti padasana. You could even get your strap around your foot and then extend your leg. For 3. And 2. And 1. Nicely done. Use your core. Unwind. And let's try the other side. So get your left knee up against the left side of your mat. Your right foot can be on your block at the lowest level or the next level up. You can have your strap in your hand if you feel like it would have helped to lasso your foot. And then you're just going to walk your other block back behind you in a straight line, or if that's too much, you'll have it out to the side, wherever you feel comfortable. And then just get that little head wag we've been working all month. 3, 2, 1. Next time your right ear's up, turn your heart up to the sky, open your wing, shoot your elbow away from you and lengthen your arm out. Go as long as you can in that right side body. 3, 2, and 1. And then support your head, lift your right heel up. If you feel comfy there, you could take your right knee into your hand, or you could hold on to your right big toe and open up that foot to the ceiling. Priti padasana. For 3. And 2. And 1. And then use your core and release slowly. Come onto all fours and just take a couple of dog cats. And sit back in your child's pose. Really nice. That was very lovely looking. Breathing. For 3. And 2. And 1. And then just come up to seated. We're going to take a little inversion. So feel free to take a headstand or just take your legs up the wall for a couple of breaths, wherever you'd like to go with that. Really nice. Stay up as long as you like. Whenever you feel ready, come down and take a couple of breaths in your child's pose. Number 3. And 1. And then just go ahead and roll up to seated. We're going to take this alpha ball right below the bottom tip of the right shoulder blade. So it looks like this. We're going to take the hands behind the head. If you can manage it, you're just going to glide between 2 ribs there. If that's too much, you can take your body down onto the floor, lift your hips up. 3, 2, 1. Now take your elbows down on the floor, roll the ball down so it's between the next 2 ribs and just go side to side. If you still have the bandwidth, you could take your hands up behind your head, but it's a little more tender there. So choose your level. 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to roll the ball down again. So it's just below the rib cage. And now we're going to take the upper body down on the mat, bend knees, place feet on the floor, lift hips, and just roll side to side. Going across the insertion of the QL where it comes into the bottom rib. 3, 2, and 1. And then roll the ball down again. So you're just in the belly of the QL. If you can manage it, you're not touching the bottom of the rib cage or the top of the pelvis. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then roll the ball down. So you're just at the top of the pelvis, like a ball on a track. 3, 2. And when next time you're up against the right edge of the spine, just take some dog cat tilts and see if you can feel that ball rolling up to the top edge of the sacrum and pressing the top edge of the sacrum into the body and then coming back onto the lumbar spine. 3, and 1. And then roll the ball down into the right glute, pin a little owie spot, lift your right knee and take it into a circle. You can lift your left heel off the floor, even pin your knees together and make a circle again with your knees. 3, 2, 1. And then straighten out your right leg. Turn your navel 45 degrees to the right. Feel free to stay down there. Feel free to come up on your forearm. Bury the right edge of your foot in the mat and then bend and straighten your right knee. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then turn your navel to the side, 45 degrees more, and then find that bump on the outside of your hip and just draw a little donut around it with your ball. For 3, and 2, and 1. Now step your left foot in front of your right thigh, turn your navel 45 degrees towards the floor and just looking for a little owie spot as if that ball is in your front jeans pocket. You're right at the top of your IT band, slightly to the front of it on the TFL. 3, 2, and 1. And then just roll that ball into your side waist and lie down so that your rib is above the ball, your hip crest is below it. Inhale, puff up the side belly toward the ball, and exhale, sink down onto it. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, sink down. And then just take a little dog cat tilt with as much weight into the ball as you can. For 3, 2, and 1. And then step your left foot behind you. Turn your navel 45 degrees toward the ceiling and see if you can find that little seam where the QL and the obliques meet. It's at the back of the side or the side of the back. And just see if you can roll into and out of that seam. 3, and 1. Take your time, but whenever you're ready, just come off the ball and lie flat on your back and notice. What did you get out of that little roll on the right side? Does it feel more integrated than the left side? And then whenever you feel ready, we're going to take that ball right underneath the left shoulder blade. And then just try to track that ball between 2 ribs. You can have your elbows down if it's too much sensation. 3, 2, 1. And then take the elbows down and roll the ball down a little bit and go side to side between the next lowest ribs. Again, you can have your hands up if it's okay for you, but if not, just have your elbows down on the mat. 3, 2, and 1. And then you're just going to roll the ball down again. So it's right below the bottom rib. You're going to take your upper body down on the mat and just go side to side. Right below the bottom rib. Three, 2, and 1. And then just roll the ball down so it's not touching the rib or the hip, if you can. Some people don't have enough space there. And then just go side to side. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then just roll down so you're just like a ball on a track on the left pelvis. 3, 2, 1. Next time you're up against the left side of the spine, just take some dog cats and see if you can roll that ball off and on to the sacral, the top of the sacral bone. 3, and 1. And then just right down into the glute, pin a little owie spot, take your left knee in the air and make a little circle. If you'd like to take your right heel off the floor, you can, or even join your knees together and find a little circle. 3, 2, and then shoot your left leg long. Turn your navel 45 degrees to the left. Stay down there or come up onto your left forearm. Bury the outer edge of your left foot in the mat and bend and straighten your left leg. for 3, 1, 2, and 1. And then turn your navel to the side. Find your greater trochanter. It's the widest part of your hip, that bumpy knob, and just make a circle around it with the ball for 3, 1, 2, and 1. And then step your right foot in front of your left thigh. Turn your navel 45 degrees more. I'm looking for a little tender spot right at the top of your IT band. It's slightly in front of it. Tensor fascia latte. 3, 2, and 1. And then roll that ball into your left side waist, above your hip crest, below your rib. Inhale, puff up your left sideways toward the ball. Exhale, sink down on it. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, sink down. And then just keeping as much weight as you can on the ball. Take some dog cat tilts. 3, and 2, and 1. And then step your right foot behind you. Turn your navel 45 degrees up toward the sky. And then just see if you can roll in and out of that seam, the back of the side or the side of the back. For 3, and 2, and 1. And then whenever you feel ready, take your time. Whenever you feel ready, just come off the ball, lie flat on your back, and notice the left side catch up with the right side. And just go ahead into your Shava pose, or if there's something that you need to roll a little more of, go ahead on that. Easy, easy inhale through the nose. Long, slow exhalation out the mouth. Inhaling nose, sighing out the mouth. Inhaling nose, let everything go. Rolling over on the right side into the fetal position, taking a moment of gratitude for the miracle of your health, for your strong legs and your strong arms, the good gift of eyes that see and ears that hear. Such amazing blessings. And grounding your left palm into the mat, come gently up to seated, allowing your head to hang until the very end. And taking a moment in your seated position to notice any effects of the practice on the body, in the depth of the breathing, the release to the muscle sheath, or the quietness of the mind. And then inhaling the hands up over the head, let the palms touch. And then thumbs to the forehead for generous thoughts, and to the lips for kind speech, and to the heart for clear intentions. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. That was excellent.